get to start. First album, All We Know Is Falling, which I know these songs, but they're definitely...
This is not context. You're not giving context.
I don't know any context. I was 5. I was 6.
The first single was Pressure, right?
Pressure!
I don't remember if it was Emergency or Pressure that was released first because they had already been released by the time I heard them, but the first one I heard was Emergency.
Really? The first one that I heard was Pressure. It was so good. 2005. What month? What month did the album come out?
July.
Okay. Interesting. Same year as Cork Tree.
I didn't hear it until December? No. Late 2006.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't remember when I first heard it. All I know is that I was sitting in the dining room when we had the computer in the dining room in the corner, and I listened to Pressure, and I was like, this is really good. And that's the one in the music video where she works in the drive-thru. It's not Haley, but it's some other girl, and she works in like a drive-thru window.
There's the guy. The guy works in a drive-thru.
Oh, it's a guy?
Yeah, there's a girl. She's a model. Yeah. So the experience that you described seeing from Under the Cork Tree music video is the same experience I had seeing the Emergency video. And, like, not even, like, their music videos are really not comparable. Like, the Emergency music video is not nearly as good as the From Under the Cork Tree music video. Like, in terms of story. But just, like, seeing it and being like, wow. This is a girl who's tiny and beautiful and not that much older than me. And she's so powerful! And I felt that way ever since. It was just really fucking cool seeing a girl being so fucking powerful and so honest and like just like having music that was like really fucking good and not it didn't feel like she was performing femininity. Does that make sense? For the sake of sales. Like not to say that she never has or that they didn't ever make her do that, but just in the music video it felt very genuine and it was about friendship and I love friendship. Anyway, that's it. That's context. That's what I have so far.
Context. Yeah, and I mean, I think the other thing we could say about context is that, like, in terms of women in modern rock and roll, or, like, contemporary rock at the time, it was very limited. You basically just had, like, Evanescence.
Yes.
That was sort of it.
It definitely was a moment where I was like, this could be Amy Lee. Like, this could be Evanescence, but it's way better.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed.
Like, I don't feel like I'm being sung to sleep.
Doesn't make me want to kill myself.
Yeah. And also, like, she's not, like, 30. So that helps.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because, like, you know, normally I'm not, like, I don't really think kids should be in the entertainment industry. Like, it really kind of fucks them up, and I think that Haley might even agree. I don't know. Like, I think she's grateful or whatever. And so am I, obviously. But it is funny how much of the age made a difference. I'm like, she's my age. Not really, but she looks like she's my age. It's funny.
Yeah.
Enough context.
All right. All We Know Is Falling.
There's never enough context for Paramore.
Yes, there is.
All We Know. All We Know. Such a good song.
Do you want to be related to me any longer?
I wasn't even listening to the argument. Can we just say, like, we talked about, like, vocal quality on the other 2 albums, and Haley was talented from the jump. Yeah. I mean, they all were, but she was, like, a fucking force from the start.
It definitely progressed. Like, there's very, very audible progress. But also just, again, age. She was 16. Like, 15 when they wrote the songs, 15 or 16 when they recorded.
God.
And so, yeah.
I just remember the other band that was, like, sort of around this time with a female lead, Flyleaf.
Oh,
remember
yeah.
Flyleaf?
Yes, yeah.
Was not a fan.
Christian, that's why.
Oh.
Yeah, very heavy Christian themes.
Yeah, not a fan. Anyway, Pressure, so good. There's definitely, like, you can hear, like, where it's going to go, you know, in terms of style, like, on later albums. Like, it's not, like, a huge departure from where they end up going, which I think is good and interesting. Here we go again.
What's interesting about that song is that there's a live version where she growls at the end. I can't remember if it's the lyrics to this song or they added the lyrics to another song. What's that called? Mix up?
Postscript.
No, like what's that called? Is it a mix up? Mashup, I guess, yeah.
Mishmash. Mix-up smash.
Mishmash, patty-wash.
And it's really, really good. And like, one time I saw someone ask someone on like the Paramore Reddit or something, or just in general, like if you could go to a concert that existed that you knew about, like but you couldn't go to at that time, where would you go? And I'd be like, absolutely that one. I think it was Warped Tour. I think it was their first Warped Tour. And I was like, 100% that one. And I would record it because it's the best version of that song that exists ever, anywhere. Anyway, good song.
I had, like, kind of forgotten how much I like these songs. I haven't listened to this album in a really long time.
They're very, it's a freshman album, but it's good.
I would say, just like going through them as we go now, and Shelby might get mad at me, this is a little bit, as I was saying with Fully Ado, where they blend together just a little bit for me. Like, none of them specifically stand out, but maybe that's just because I haven't listened to this album a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they're also pretty vague. They do suffer from the vague lyric syndrome.
Yeah.
VLS.
Yeah.
That is
Whoa.
tragic.
I will say that I do love the guitar on this album, and I think they make enough room for it.
Mm.
Like, as much as I love Haley, I really don't like when it feels like it's, like, mostly her and, like, the instrumental falls aside. I don't really care for that. So, which happens kind of on self-titled a little bit. So, I really love the guitar, and I feel like they just let it shine.
What's Whoa? I apparently I don't know any of these fucking songs.
How do the lyrics?
I don't even know.
That's how it goes.
Okay, cool.
I
Conspiracy?
think we have a conspiracy.
What'd you say about Taylor York?
He's on the credits for that song, which is cool because he wasn't part of the official lineup.
Oh.
But it's definitely, like, he's always been there from the beginning. Yeah, and, like, technically he wasn't in the lineup for this album or Riot, or I don't even know if he was, I don't think he was on Brand New Eyes either. But he's always been there.
Franklin?
I like how that song opens.
Yeah, I like that song. A lot of people don't like it, but I really like it.
It's sad.
It's a little bit
it's
sad.
a decent use of Josh's vocals, which is an amazing compliment coming from me.
My heart?
What's my heart?
Oh my god, you don't know what my heart is?
My heart will go on.
I feel like as soon as you sing it, I'll know it,
Yeah.
but...
Insulted. Only Paramore song that has screaming on the record.
Wow.
There have been live screaming, and there's also a version of Emergency with screaming in it, but they didn't put it on the record as the official version.
So that summarizes.
Oh, you know, it's falling.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely not their best album, and but a really strong start, and I fell in love with it so much.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was the first album that I listened to all the way through.
Ever?
But, no, not
okay.
ever, but like by Paramore.
Of Paramore. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was their first album.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was a little late. I didn't hear until like a year later, 2 years.
Okay.
Years
Okay, I
later.
see what you're saying.
I got into them right before Riot came out, really.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of, we've got for a pessimist, I'm pretty optimistic.
Such a good
I
song.
love that
I
song.
don't remember how it goes.
Oh my god. Again, love the lyrics, love the vocals, but the music,
Yeah.
the guitar is so fucking good.
It's really good.
That's what you get when you let your heart win.
Was that a single?
Yeah.
It was like probably my least favorite single from this album, but like it's still a good song.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. People lose their shit over it, and I don't really know why.
It's kind of sing-songy.
Yeah.
That's what you got. I mean, I know that's the intent probably, but yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Like, as far
like,
as Paramore goes, it's a little blasé. But,
Yeah.
like, it's Paramore, so it's still great.
not the best music video either. It's kind of boring.
Hallelujah. That one's one of the more Christian ones, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's called Hallelujah.
But I don't remember it because it was one of the Christian
You
ones.
say that like it should be obvious, but whenever Panic at the Disco includes Hallelujah in the song, it's never religious. It's always
usually
extremely irreverent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
They're like, Hallelujah, we're getting laid.
It's good. It's the beginning. When she sings it live, she usually sings the Leonard Cohen song first, which is really, really good.
I love that song.
Yeah.
And I can imagine she does a really good rendition
She
of
only
it.
does like 1 or 2 verses, I should say. But they're really beautiful.
It's kind of a long song.
Yeah.
And it's like
a very long time.
traditional Leonard Cohen, and that like every verse is just
Same sound and different lyrics. There's like 80 verses.
Ms. Biz.
Fucking love Ms. Biz. Write it down. Come pick it at my house if you have to.
Wow.
I don't give a fuck. I fucking love Ms. Biz. It's a really good song, musically.
It's amazing.
It's really good. It's a guitar solo. It makes you want to headbang.
Yeah.
It's got like really fast parts. It's just serotonin.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a good song. I'm realizing that this is difficult.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked.
Why?
Because
It's okay. You can say what you need to say.
I'm surprised. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. Like, there's nothing wrong with liking things that are problematic. I guess I'm just surprised.
I guess it's like, if there's anything I was gonna make an exception for it, if you...
You fucking hypocrite!
I know.
You talk so much shit about Paul, so I wanted to strangle our girlfriend.
Yeah, I know.
And
well, the thing is that, like, I feel like a lot of the thing for me that, like, making an exception for Miss Biz, because I also make an exception for Miss Biz, is that Haley and also all the people in her band have agreed, I guess, to publicly, like, renounce the lyrics of this song, and also even take it off of, this is one of their most famous songs. Like, this is the song that put them on the map, and they are not going to play it anymore.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Which is like, Fall Out Boy's never done anything like that.
No,
They've never owned up to the fact that
true.
their lyrics are problematic.
That's true.
Not
And
all of their lyrics, but you know.
when I say problematic, I'm going purely off of what Shelby has told me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I understand on my own, like, how, like, you know, what the issue is, but I don't know. I mean, it's kind of the same thing for Fall Out Boy. It's like, I just see it as, like, a teenage girl who's, like, mad at this other girl, or is, like, happy that she has this boy now, and she's like, haha, it's like Scare Boy. Like, but I think there's also, like, a huge conversation to be, I mean, we talked a lot about, like, misogyny, but there's also, like, so much more of that to go along with Paramore, right? Because it's, like, a female, leader, frontrunner of the band. And I think that, you know, most teenage girls, I think the world is kind of set up to do this to teenage girls.
Hit them against each other.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it makes sense to me that would be a thing that happens.
Yeah.
It fucking fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Great song. I love doing it on, like, Rock Band.
Ugh. I mean, it's internalized misogyny of a teenage girl, like you just said. And also, it is part of the cool girl thing that you have to do. It's part of the rules of being a cool girl is to put down other girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's part of getting into the club.
I'm not
Yeah.
one of those girls.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that, like, yeah, I don't know. She's renounced it and all that type of stuff. And, like, but also the other thing that I think that needs to be said about this is just how much shit she's gotten for it. And how I cannot think of another situation where someone has gotten so much shit for one word in a song. Like, I can't.
Yeah. There's absolutely an issue of, like, misogyny trying to hold a single person responsible for the whole of misogyny in this entire genre.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that not also a problem if you're, like, persecuting her over this one word that she wrote when she was 17 or however?
And like just to like compare, to put it into like a frame, Panic at the Disco's one of their most famous songs has a whore.
That's true.
And it's a joke. Like,
That's
every
true.
time I don't know if they perform that song still, because I'm sure Brendan is fucking sick of it. Pretty much, he's basically been sick of it for like the last 5 years. But like, I've seen a compilation video of like his variations on whore in that song, and a few times he's just like, fucking slut. And I'm like, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Well, now I feel bad for calling out.
No,
It's still misogynistic.
you're right. Yeah,
it's definitely misogynistic.
it's still like problematic, and it's still good to like recognize the fact that it is problematic. However,
it's still really good. It's musically like also that's also when I say that I fucking love this song, I don't mean that I would defend it against all criticism. I realized how that sounds as someone who isn't within the Paramore community, But as someone within the Paramore community, I have no shame saying like that this is a great song. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like no, when I was being defensive, I wasn't actually talking about like people who say that it's problematic. I'm saying people who say that it's like, first of all, like, okay, of course you love misery business. Everybody loves misery business. But also, I don't know, just like the general attitude of like, we have dismissed that so that people don't call us misogynistic anymore. I don't fucking care. Like, it's a good song.
Yeah.
Like,
Agreed.
Like, everyone has paid their dues.
Yes. Yeah, and that's the other thing is that, like you said, you know, Fall Out Boy hasn't retracted in the Panic's never said, like, oh, sorry, we talked about sex workers so much. Like,
I'm still doing it.
Yeah, it's like, how much, like, I feel like in terms of, like, accountability and apologies and all that, they've done it. Like, they've done it. It's good. They're good on that. Yeah. Like,
and basically, it's like one song.
Yeah.
Compared to like whole albums.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. You make a really good point about the word used in I Write Sins Not Tragedies, and yeah, I've never heard anybody say anything about that.
Nothing.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely nothing. It's really funny to me. They're more. I think it's just that they're more concerned about the hypocrisy as opposed to the original crime, because Haley has said that she's a feminist, and a lot of people have accused her of being a misandrist, and I'm like, yep, that checks out. I would be too. In fact, I am.
I'm sorry. I hate the word misandry. Like, fuck off, okay?
It's like when
if you
people say
just
that
invented this because some people don't want to suck your dick, like, fuck off.
It's like when people say that people can be racist against white people. I'm like, you guys realize how, like, hierarchies work, right?
Like, that doesn't check, dude.
That don't make no sense.
Oh, God.
Anyway, yeah. Musically, it's just a really good song.
It is a very good song. It is a huge bop.
It is
or a banger.
And it just goes really hard.
It's a banger.
Bonger.
Bonger.
Don't ever say that to me again.
Bap! It's a bap!
Okay, When It Rains.
When It Rains.
Ugh.
Very sad
Also
song.
so good.
But good.
When It Rains.
Where did we go? Oh, I remember. It was when we went camping for Memorial Day. I think it was 2008. I was really listening to this album a lot. Because I don't think we went in 2007. It may have been 2009.
Let them live again.
Love that song.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's so.
It was probably my favorite song on this album for a long time.
It's a little underrated. It's like kind of a banger. It's kind of a banger.
The full version, the live version. Oh my god! Like it's religious, but it's really powerful. Okay.
When did their live album come out?
2008.
So before Brand New Eyes.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I feel like there's so many songs that I only listen to on the live album.
You're talking about the Final Riot, right? 'Cause they have 2 live albums.
Probably the other one.
Oh.
I don't know. Which one did I listen to a lot?
I don't know. But
Why the fuck would we know?
The Final Riot came out in 2008, and it was obviously just up through Riot. And then, but they also have self-titled, Live at Red Rocks.
It was probably Final
probably
Riot
wasn't
that you
that
listened
one.
to.
Yeah. The one with I'll figure it out. There were some
Lovesick Melody.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah,
that's not a live song.
Melody.
There's a live version of Decoy.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Was that on Final Riot?
Riot, yeah.
Yes, I listened to that a lot.
Yeah, B-sides isn't even on here. You know how many B-sides they have? Like
So
15, like 20.
And all of their B-sides are phenomenal.
Yes.
Yeah, they're really good.
Agree.
Yeah.
Some of them are like
In the Morning,
Hello, Cold
which I know is
World?
way later.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Hello, Cold World.
technically a single because it
God.
came out on the singles club.
Every fucking time.
The Singles Club, yeah. Singles Club.
Yeah, but like
What is that?
not. Basically, 3 songs they released in 2011, right after the breakup, were basically like, I think they'd either already written them with. No, they couldn't have already written them. They just wrote them like, basically, we're like, here's what we're writing about this thing that happened to us, but we don't have like actual, like an album, so we're just gonna release them, basically. So.
What were they? In the Morning,
Monster.
Monster, and
I don't know.
Renegade, In the
I
Morning,
love Renegade.
and Hello Cold World.
Hello, Cold.
Good song.
Okay.
Okay, Miracle. What's that?
A little teeny bit underrated.
If you use your eyes,
Not the best song on the album, but good.
I love Crush, Crush, Crush.
Me too.
Always have.
So good.
Always will.
It's so good.
The drum
Underrated
line.
by me. Like, when it first came out, I was like, eh. But it's so good.
It's
Yes.
so good.
version is so good.
What? Like when they play it?
Like live, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
live. You can, but there's only live, so like you can't hear it in the studio. It's not that's really good.
We Are Broken. I know this song.
We are broken. So sad.
To restore.
The live version of that one is really good.
It's a good one. Fences! The beautiful, the wonderful.
Is that swung? I think it's swung, isn't it? Do you think it's swung?
I think it is.
What are you saying?
Swung. The beat is swung.
Oh.
I don't know what
It's
it
like
means.
a jazz thing.
I love that song.
Yeah.
That is the song that I got first place in the lip sync.
She fucking killed it, dude.
Really cool.
And I faked a tap number, and it got me first place.
Oh yeah, because it has the thing in
Yeah.
the middle. Yeah, the instrumental.
The guitar
Yeah.
solo,
It was great. Love that song.
Good.
It's a really good song.
Born for this.
This is such a banger. It's so good.
Another really good live version.
Mm.
I need to listen to that album again. It's really good.
We're not judging these by live versions.
I know.
Okay.
Well, technically, we could put it's an album. I don't know. We can put it on.
No, we didn't do that with Fall Out Boy either. We didn't
Yeah.
do all of the Believers Never Die and all the B-sides. I mean, we talked about them, but we didn't
Believers Never Die.
Good point.
No.
Good point.
Brand new eyes.
Brand new eyes. So context. So Riot comes out. They explode
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Big bloody chunks.
Oh my god.
Human soup.
Yep.
And then what happens?
What do you mean?
Well,
It's the context of 2009.
Oh, I don't know. They just fucking blew up, and there was it caused a lot of contention within the band, for sure. There was just a lot of do we want to keep doing this? I kind of hate you. I hate you too.
I want to think about Jesus. I don't want to think about Jesus.
Thus, Brand New Eyes is born. I once read a review of this album where they basically said sometimes it feels like the music and the vocals or lyrics are competing against each other, which makes sense because Farrah was one of the main writers of the music and Haley wrote the lyrics obviously and sang. And I listened to it again and I was like, you're right.
That's so
And
interesting.
it's really good.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
And that's obviously most of the time people write their music to highlight their lyrics or vice versa. And so they're extremely harmonious, but it's so interesting musically to have it's not original. I'm sure plenty of other people have done it, but it's definitely an interesting diversion from most music, which is the goal is to be harmonious, and have one near the other.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I said that that's interesting. I'm a musician. I'm not. I could be wrong. I don't know.
That's a really cool as I'm looking at the song list, I'm like, wow, I kind of see what you're talking about. That's interesting. Yeah. I feel like this is definitely more mature of an album.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously because they've grown up 2 years.
Yeah.
But
you know what's funny about Haley Williams' lyrics? If you listen to All I Know Is Falling, she's been jaded from the start. That first song. The first song is everything I know is a lie. She's so fucking jaded the whole time.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But this song's definitely the most oh fuck.
yeah.
I'm becoming an adult. Oh god.
Okay.
Careful.
Can we go through these because I don't remember all of these.
I love that.
It's really good.
It started hurting my throat, so I dropped into it.
Underrated.
Good song. Is that a single?
No. Oh, actually, it might be. Sometimes they release songs that were singles, but the music video is footage from shows.
Okay.
I think that one is it.
Okay. Very good.
Isn't this your top songs? Or is it Playing God?
From this album, no.
No, I just mean it overall.
Oh no.
It's very good.
It's Playing God,
Playing God.
not Ignorance. I do love Ignorance. And again, I only recently realized how much I love it. Mostly because she uses a megaphone to perform it now.
Oh my god.
And I think it's hilarious.
Oh my god, it's so good. She's like, you're not hearing me. Listen.
We used to stick together. We wrote our names in blood. She's so sarcastic. I love it.
Oh my god, it's funny.
Also, the live version, the new live version is really fucking cool. They changed parts parts of it.
This is the one. This was a single, right?
Thank God.
I'm sorry, Ignorance.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it's the one where she's like screaming at them in a dark room with a light bulb.
Mm-hmm.
I found that a little strange. But
Yeah.
I found that a little strange.
that's just me.
The art directors were like, we're gonna go right here. Right on the nose.
You see this?
And the next one, she murders them, so.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, what's Playing God? I know it, but I don't know it.
It's my favorite Paramore song of all time.
Oh my god!
Well, yeah. Which is saying something, but also, like, not saying something, because I love all of them.
Okay,
You know what I
fair,
mean?
fair.
It's just out of our range, I don't know.
Well, if we were all singing the same note, it would be fine. But...
I don't quite know it. So.
Also, acapella. It's hard sometimes to sing acapella.
Yeah. Most of the time. It's hard.
Break it off. That's a good song.
It's really good. It's just it speaks to a part of me that's like, I don't, like, no one has ever described an experience that has upset me so much more than that song. Does that make sense? Like, when you have a specific, like, axe to grind, and, like, someone says it, and you're like, thank you, God, thank you for saying that. Jesus.
Yeah.
Literally, Jesus.
Brick by Boring Brick was my favorite Paramore song for a long time.
Good song.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
that's good. I'm trying to, I don't know, there's something about it.
Interestingly, it's kind of like it's almost a song where I would say, like, you don't have to belt. Like, you do, obviously, but, like, she could have done it a different way.
You just drop it down one or two keys and it
Bury the castle.
because she doesn't go super low, you know.
Whoa, am I crazy?
Connection lost.
Oh. I was like, am I crazy? What happened to the lighting? I think it's that thing you were talking about of, like, the music being opposed to the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
The music part is very
And
hard.
and the lyrics are sorrowful. Like,
Yeah.
They're, like,
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on evil in your heart.
Can't.
I'll tell you later.
I
Don't get me started.
We can't see it anymore.
Sorry,
But you're probably right. When that song came out, I really loved it, but as I've gone on, I've been like, it's not my favorite from this album.
It's I like the lyrics.
Yeah.
I think it's just like kind of opposing with
Also, in the music video, she has, like, white hair, she's wearing a white dress, and she looks so pretty.
She does.
So pretty.
was that music video like kind of CGI? I feel like I've seen like
Yeah.
like oh shit.
It's like the fantasy one that has, like, a
Yeah.
little girl in it.
Kind of the weird filters over it. Like, make everything look orange.
A video game from 2008.
What's next? You know everything in there.
Five
Turn it off.
is Turn It Off.
Oh. Just turn it off. Oh, that song fucks.
Yeah.
Turn it
I'm
off.
interested to hear your guys' opinion about this.
I love anything where she's belting really high and screaming.
I don't remember it. Help me. I don't know. I like it. I wouldn't put it in like the top 10 on this album. That's kind of actually. Wait, stop. I wouldn't put it in the top 5 on this album.
Yeah.
I was like, it's only 11 songs. But it's good.
In the Paramore, like, in-crowd community type thing, it's kind of like, everybody loves it, and I'm always like, I kind of forget about it, mostly because I don't understand or relate to the lyrics, because I think they're about being famous, and I just don't really get it. And I respect her, and she has the right to express that, but I don't get it. But musically, it is really phenomenal, and I always forget that until I listen to it, and I'm like, oh, fuck. This song fucks.
I never thought about it in the context of being famous. I don't know what context I thought of it is, but I just always loved always thought the poetry of, like, feeling like you're better off once you've, like, crashed and burned.
Yeah.
Is, like, really,
Yeah.
like, strong imagery to me, to my growing brain.
Very Haley, like, so Haley.
I
I
Such
don't
a
need no help.
Capricorn.
I can sabotage me by myself.
I think now that you're talking about the lyrics, Shell, I think for me it was like a case of I don't really know what this is about, and that's partly why I'm like about it, because like, you know, if I can get like a stronger meaning from the lyrics, then I'm really invested. But with this one, I wasn't really sure what it was about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. but I do like it.
My guess is that it's about misery business.
The
Turn
only-
it off.
The only exception, we can skip that, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, it makes me sad because I do really love the song.
It is a pretty song.
It's a really pretty song. It's impossible to listen to anymore.
Divorced to the context. Okay. Feeling sorry.
Feeling
Got no
sorry.
time for feeling sorry. I don't remember the rest. Wait, I have a question. Are we going to... Okay, like, assuming that there is a single person listening to this, and assuming that they don't know everything about Paramore, are we going to kind of come back to why we're skipping the only exception?
Alright, can I sum up?
Sure.
The only exception is about her cheating fuckwad of an ex-husband, and also, I think Shelby and I both just have, like, negative personal connections to it.
Oh.
Like,
That is my negative personal connection.
Oh, okay.
I have a personal vendetta against Chad Gilbert. I'm coming for you.
Allegedly?
I don't like it because they played it a lot it was like the only kind of love song at my middle school dances.
Yikes.
And I danced, yeah, it was just like not a good time. And also, after that, I tried to fix it for me and it didn't work.
Yikes.
Hate that.
Yeah. I told him, I was like, I don't like this song, and he was like, well, I'll make you like it. And I was like, no, you won't.
Bitch, how?
That is
Does he
so
met you?
No! And it was like the December before we broke up. And I was like,
Why would you do that?
yeah, fuck off.
At that point, like, after Laughter had come out at that point, like...
I don't think I'd listen. Had I listened to it?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
will
think I'd
say
listen
that
to it, yeah.
that you're right. That is annoying to me. That, like, it was very popular with people who didn't listen to Paramore.
That's true.
And I was kind of like, so, like, you only like Haley Williams when she's, like, happy about a man? Like, you don't like when she screams at people? Okay, whatever.
Fair.
It just being stupid, but yeah.
Anyway, we can cut out all my personal vendettas.
It's a good song. It's just, you know.
No, I think it's valid, unless you want me to, but...
Also, all of her
Valid.
songs about loving him have a really sad undertone. Like, Still Into You, it's just, like, still into you. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's something about it that just does not sit right with me. It never has.
Yeah.
Same with All I Wanted. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, I like all of that.
It's a good song,
Oh,
but
I love All I Wanted.
we'll get there.
We're gonna get there. Okay, looking up.
I like the chorus from that song.
That's a good song.
Very much in denial.
Where the lines
I thought it was about the band.
It is.
Oh, okay.
In denial. It's pretty good. Yeah. It's definitely not my favorite on this album. It's pretty low, I would say.
Oh, Misguided Ghost is phenomenal, though.
I don't listen to that song.
It's acoustic.
It's
I
good.
love it.
I think it's like I'm always, you know how I am. I'm like, sad song. Don't. I
Yeah.
can't be there. Go away.
Yeah.
What's your mouse go honky?
Cause I'm on the floor.
It's been honky all night.
Cause my head's crooked, Emily.
I've never been that
Why?
funky.
Why you be like this? Why you be so mean to me?
All I wanted fucks!
I love All I Wanted.
I always take it out. I've never even thought of Chad.
Me
Ghost without
neither.
a fuck in that context of that song.
Me neither.
I just like it because it's like angry.
Yes.
And I am really good at that.
And it's very loud.
And it's so like the like vocal performance is like
Performance is really good. It just makes me so sad that she's like, please don't forget about me while you're touring. When you know that he did, and he was fucking other people. You know what I mean? Like, it makes me really bad. Also, can I be an Aquarius for a second?
Yes.
I'm really glad. I think it's really cool that people are listening to this album more because of the TikTok that got this song really famous really recently.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about that?
No.
There's a TikTok that uses this song and it like uses the high note and it's like it resuscitates this guy or something, which is like really cute and I love it and it's awesome.
Oh wait, I did.
But
Haley did like a reaction to it.
yeah.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
But I'm also like, okay, listen to their other songs too.
Yeah.
Because they have some other good songs, you know?
I agree, but I just love this one so much.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
This is the song that I feel bad for my friends because when I went to get my septum pierced, I had two of my friends in the car with me and they went in with me to get my septum pierced, but I was trying really hard to psych myself up because I was really nervous. And so I put that song on and I turned the volume up all the way. Like, they could hear it in the fucking place, I guarantee you. And my two friends who like don't even listen to Paramore were just sitting there like bleeding from their eardrums, like screaming, "All I wanted is you!" Was all I wanted. It a time.
Sometimes I feel really represented by Haley's lyrics, and sometimes I'm just like, I don't really relate to this. Misguided Ghost is one of those times where, like, I really want to, but I'm like, I don't really get it. Like, I'm not a misguided ghost. I don't know what I am, but that's not it.
I'm very guided. I'm a guided ghost.
I guess, I don't know. I'm an alien.
I really just like it. I don't know. I just think that it's really pretty, and it's like so juxtaposed to most of the songs on the album.
Yeah.
It's a really nice. It's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
See, Paramore has like also has a distinct lineup for like the order in which they place their songs. And interestingly enough, they put their sad songs near the end.
Weird.
Yeah.
They like get you hype and then they say you.
And then they send you plummeting to the ground, and then they're like, tee-hee, all I wanted was you.
Of course you're gonna skip over the only album that I know really well and nobody else knows.
Shelby knows it.
I know it.
I don't know any of it.
Alright, so give us some context. So Brand New Eyes comes out in 2009.
Yeah, September 2009. In December 2010, well, they do a couple tours. In December 2010, it is publicly announced what was privately communicated many months before, which is that the Farrell brothers, Josh and Zach, were leaving the band.
Which one do we hate?
Josh.
Okay.
Zach has since rejoined the band.
Right.
Josh is the older brother.
Okay.
Always really religious and wanted to write about religion, but also just an ego. Had an ego. And of all the people in the world who
Didn't deserve an ego.
who criticized Haley for being a female front person, you would not think that her bandmate and ex-boyfriend would be the one to do it the most, but here that's Josh Farrell for you. He's also a homophobe and a Trump supporter.
Oh, bitch! Fuck off!
Yeah.
Fuck you, Josh!
Yeah.
Get fucked. Get fucked, Josh Farrell. No.
I really liked his songwriting, but I was really like, it was my favorite band, and I was like, oh my god, they broke up. But it was, good riddance. Anyway, yeah, so that's what happened, and then, so that was 2010, and so then it was Taylor, Jeremy, and Haley.
And then it was a waiting game until 2013.
Yeah. Definitely the longest break they've had between albums. Sorry, at this point, it was the longest break between albums.
Yeah.
Fast in My Car, I don't remember.
It's like, okay.
I don't think I ever listened to Now either, or Grow Up, or Daydreaming.
Stop.
Or Moving On.
Now was a single, his first single.
Let's grow up.
Some of us have to grow up sometimes.
Oh, I like that one.
Me too. I love when they perform it now because they add 20-something to the end, which is a song by SZA. Is that how you say her name? And it's like...
For the record, sometimes you guys sound like shit with me too, so it's not like I improve it.
It would help if I knew the songs.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying you're a bad singer. I just think that you sound funny.
That I can agree on. That's not ridiculous.
It's not like you're actually trying that hard.
I mean, I'm always trying hard. I'm a try hard. Do you know what that means?
Daydreaming?
Not a fan. Not a fan of daydreaming.
Yeah, it's like it's like a little bit forgettable. Lots of people love it, but it's kind of forgettable.
Who are these people you're talking to? I have words to pick with them.
On the internet. I don't know.
Okay, what about Moving On?
So this album has all the ukulele
Yep. Okay, so this is a weird time for me to say this, but I will say for this album,
I know.
probably no offense, but the highest praise I will give it. It is really good showcase of how much her voice grew.
Mm.
She got a new voice coach between these two albums. Pretty soon into touring for Brand New Eyes, she got a new voice coach because there's tons of belting and it wasn't working out. It was not good. So they got a new voice coach, and you can really hear the growth in her voice, and the vocals of this album are really, really good. And really really flexible, and they did different things than she had ever done before. So.
Ain't it fun? Obviously.
That ain't it fun.
Pretty good.
The big single for this album,
Pretty
I would
great.
argue. Well, Still Into You also.
Ain't it
Yeah.
fun?
The music video for this, I was listening to my limb on repeat while I was designing a puppet, but
Stop!
What a 2021 sentence.
Ain't It Fun came on. The music video for it kept coming on after my limb, so I watched it once, and it was really fun. They like break a bunch of records.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen
In a
it.
video. They like break a bunch of clocks with guitars, and they try and catch feathers, and fucking Taylor got a he broke most of the records. Except for Haley, she broke a few.
I always love it when any sort of rock, as we learned when I talked about Fall Out Boy, like, I love it when it dips into soul or, like, you know, jazz, gospel, that type of stuff, and I really like that part in Ain't It Fun.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't it fun?
Lyrics are
Ain't
good,
it
too.
fun?
Yeah, the
Baby,
lyrics are
now
great.
you're one of us.
Also, fun fact, guess who she's talking to?
Her fucking husband.
Herself. I always thought it was Josh. It's herself. Of course it's herself. She's very hard on herself. You'd be surprised by the amount of times she's talking about herself.
What's part 2?
Yeah, what is that?
It is part 2 of Let the Flames Begin. And it's, the chorus is...
Oh shit, sorry. This is...
the
it starts...
original one?
Yeah, this is part 2. It starts with the same line, but then the lyrics change.
Yeah.
Oh, glory, come and find me. Oh, glory, come and find me.
I think it might be my favorite on this album.
Really? I don't remember it at all.
Besides Ain't It Fun.
Probably because it sounds pretty similar to
Yeah.
the other one.
It has way more like pop stuff in it, and I don't like that, but it
Yeah.
also has a cool outro vibe.
Don't
Okay.
remember Last Hope. I don't think I listened to it.
Last hope.
That's really famous. There's a really good piano version of it. Like a little bit forgettable, but people love it because it's like hopeful and stuff.
Interesting.
Still Into You, which I don't like that much.
It is kind of like eerie, now that you mention it.
Oh,
Still
Last
Into
Hope.
You.
Oh,
Still Into You, yeah. I liked it when it came out, but I was also in a terrible relationship, so, you know.
It's like it's boppy, you know.
It is definitely Bobby.
But like the lyrics are kind of like okay,
Yeah, I like the like
melody.
that's like pop, like boppy, whatever that is, boppy.
Whatever that is.
Like
Points to
bouncy,
me.
like bouncy and kind of rocky and fast, but the lyrics were always kind of like lackluster
Yeah.
in terms of like. Doesn't seem like you really like this guy, but whatever. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. How long have you been married? I'm into you. Cool.
Can't count the years that we've been on one hand together.
Can't count the years on one hand that we've been together.
I need the other one to hold you, make you feel better.
Make you feel better. That's what you should be doing in your relationship, making them feel better.
It was 6 years at this point, and also we weren't married yet. So.
Oh,
But
okay.
still.
Okay.
That I knew
All
that.
right. Ankle biters. I only know
like
the
it.
lyrics
Oh, I
or
like it.
the chorus, but I think I like it.
Yeah.
All day, I don't know.
I love that one. Now I get a holiday. It's another ukulele.
Yeah.
Proof. Fuck, this album is so long. I think that's part
Yeah.
of the problem. So it's weird. I wanna break a little for a second. So like, I got this album when it came out. I don't remember why exactly, but I had it on CD, and I did listen to it like quite a bit. Having said that, I don't remember half of these songs, so I think I only listened to like some of the songs, and that was it.
Yeah. For me, came out in April 2013, and I, for a variety of reasons, some of which were justified and some of which were not justified, I did not want to listen to it. I was influenced. It wasn't just me.
Oh, okay.
But I was influenced.
Okay.
By a shitty person.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Chad.
Not Chad.
I know.
Somebody else. Who basically told me like, this is sucky, and I was like, okay, I'll just listen to you for no fucking reason. Anyway.
You know how you do.
But I also was just disappointed that like this new songs didn't sound how I wanted them to sound. So I didn't listen to it for actually like 2 months until it came out, which really doesn't sound very long. But for as like I bought the box set of Brand New Eyes as soon as I had the chance.
I remember we went to
Yes.
Super Target like the day of.
The box set. Like I got it delivered to my house. I bought it online.
Oh. Why
Yeah,
do
and
I
then
remember going to buy Brand New Eyes at Target?
Maybe I also bought it from Target. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I also bought tickets as soon as I could. I was like 14, I didn't have any money. But I bought tickets to see them in concert. Like, I was very obsessed at this point.
Oh yeah, when was the first time you saw them in concert?
May 2010.
Okay, so it was after Brand New Eyes.
Yeah, I was a freshman. And I went with bleep that out. And we went down to Bakersfield, and it was a bunch of 12-year-old girls and the thing. We were 14, so.
You thought you were really hot shit.
Yeah. And we were on the floor, which didn't make a difference. But it was really good. It was good. It was great to hear.
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay, proof. What's proof?
The only proof that I need is you.
I like that song.
Another song about not being 100% sure whether her boyfriend actually likes her.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's a good song. It's got a good melody.
I feel like I have heard Hate to See Your Heart Break, but I don't remember it.
Is that right?
Yeah. The bridge is really good, but otherwise.
Okay, yeah. One of those crazy girls, I don't know.
I don't know how to feel about this song.
It's kind of like, it's like telling a story. It's like, oh, it's like a joke song.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm a stalker.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those crazy girls, but I'm a stalker.
Yeah.
I'm at your house.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a story. Yeah. I like the song, actually.
Yeah.
So I think I've heard I'm Not Angry Anymore, which is hilarious, because it's like the only thing I've heard off this album.
I'm not angry anymore. Nope, that's just Holiday again,
I'm
Katie.
not angry anymore. Well, sometimes I am.
I don't think badly of you. Sometimes I do.
If I keep hitting this fucking table with this laptop, I'm gonna kill myself.
Okay. On the day the extent of my worthless rage. I got really mad when I first heard that song. Ironically.
You got angry.
Yeah.
Be Alone. What's Be Alone?
Couldn't tell you.
Let's move on. Future?
Okay, good. What's Future?
It's the one that's really sad, really long, and like it's basically just like very quiet.
It's almost 8 minutes long.
You always feel empty.
Okay, great. This album's over. Thank God.
Wow, Emily.
Wait,
Final thoughts.
I really didn't care for it when it came out. My position is that I feel like the lyrics are kind of ingenuine, like they're very much like in denial about something. Like Last Hope especially is a song that someone who has depression but doesn't know it is singing. And like I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with having depression, and there's nothing wrong with being in denial or not realizing that you don't have depression. It just, as an album, like that kind of like denial and like it felt ingenuine to me. I didn't like it because I just really like her lyrics, and I feel like they're always really honest, and I can relate to them. So, and also it was a bad time in my life, so I was like, I don't like this. But since having listened to it since then, there are some songs on it that are okay, and it's still, I would rather listen to it than some other things. Not
Metro Station.
Yeah. But I also will say that like I wasn't 100% wrong.
No.
And if I asked Hayley Williams what is her least favorite Paramore album, she would probably say that album. Maybe. No, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Just because of the period of her life that she was in.
Yeah.
But After Laughter is basically the like reversal.
Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Like, if you're not being honest with yourself, how can you be creating like an honest piece of art?
Yeah.
Because you're not allowing yourself to go there.
And I think it's a necessary album. It's a super necessary album in terms of like their development as a band, because Taylor wrote a ton of music for it. Jeremy sucks. We don't care about Jeremy. And she got so much better vocally. Like it's a really good showcase of her vocal talents. Like, they grew a lot, and it also was probably necessary for her personally to like get all that shit out of there and develop and be in that turmoil so that she could get to the point where she is now, divorced.
Which leads us to. All right, so 2017, I'm living with my ex, and Shelby texts me, and she's like, Paramore has a new album, After Laughter. You should listen to their song, Hard Times. And I was like, okay. And I listened to it, I'm like, ew, what is this? This is not rock and roll. Proceeds to ignore the album for the full year and a half. Maybe 2.
She didn't even text me. She didn't even bother with me.
I did?
I think she texted me, but I'm like, I might be making that up. I don't know. Somehow I learned from Shelby that Paramore had a new album, listened to Hard Times, did not like it because I didn't get the like funk part of it, and I just left it alone for like 2 years. And now we get to talk about it, and what's crazy is that this is like by far the most recent album on this list.
Yeah.
By 4 years. And is an album that I'm still listening to like all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't listen to it enough.
Even though it's 4 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
It's not 4 years old to you.
No. It's like barely 2 years old to me, even if that.
Yeah. So for me, I didn't even, this album literally was not even on my radar. I hadn't even realized that Paramore had released a new album since Paramore, until Shelby texted me. And she was like, I was going to go to this concert with someone else and they can't. Do you want to come? And I was like, well, maybe I should listen to the music first. I think I agreed pretty much right away, though.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, okay, listen, give me a teeny bit of credit. You really didn't like Paramore. Like, you really didn't like Self-Titled.
No, well, I literally didn't even listen to Self-Titled.
Okay.
Because you said that you didn't like it.
Okay,
So I didn't even bother with it.
And I understand that.
Evidenced by the fact that she didn't know
I don't know any of the songs.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, never mind. You're right. Never mind. I take it back.
Yeah, and that was 2018, right? So you guys went and saw for the After Laughter tour in summer of 2018.
And the reason I didn't ask Katie if she wanted to go to the concert is because it was on her birthday.
Yeah.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Because, I don't know, I guess I was like, we're going to go to the... Don't here without you, but...
Well,
You should still have a good birthday. I don't know.
It was very, like, highly negotiated. Like, you were very concerned about making sure that I was fine with you guys being gone for my birthday. And it was fine. It wasn't my favorite birthday. It was far from my least favorite birthday.
It was also like a month before. Like, it wasn't I didn't have a lot of notice.
Right, yeah. Well, and the other thing is, though, that I also hadn't listened to After Laughter. So you may have said, like, did you want to go? And I was just like, because I hadn't listened to it, which was, like, such a mistake. Like, and what else? The other thing.
Through a lot.
Yeah, that's true. The other thing is that I remember specifically the conversation that we had, which led to me listening to After Laughter, which was when I can't believe I'm saying this, I was like, I love Gabby Hanna's new song, because it's a happy song about being sad, and Shelby goes, that's exactly what After Laughter is! And I was like, oh, really? I started listening to it, and now I fucking love all of it.
Yeah.
So good.
It just took so much convincing. But you never know what the thing is going to be for me. You never know. You got to figure out, like, the right thing to say, and then I'll be like, oh, I get it.
That's true.
Like, when you figured out that what's-her-name was in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the tipping point. But you never know what it's going to be something random, so who knows.
It takes a certain amount of madness to enjoy this album.
And you know what? To be 100% honest, because we're in the honesty hour, there are songs on this album that I do skip. But that's just completely personal.
Me too.
Yes,
yeah.
I would never, but you're entitled.
I completely get it.
No, there are songs that I skip that I still really love. I just don't love listening to them all the time.
The first 5 tracks, solid. Love all of them.
For 6 tracks.
I'm not a huge fan of 26.
You're wrong.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's personally like a.
Wait, hold on. Let's go one by one.
Oh, okay. I didn't think we needed to because we know them all, but okay.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Such a bop.
Yes, agreed.
Rose-colored boy.
Heartbreaking.
Love that song. That one definitely got me back into it because it was like, it's like a little bit on the rock side.
And I told you you would like it.
Yes, you were right.
It reminded me of you.
Yes.
Shelby, do you want to like quickly reference the their signs, the song's astrological signs? Do you have them memorized?
No, I didn't.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about was like, so I guess I assumed that this was written after they divorced, but it seems like it wasn't.
That's a really good question. So I don't really 100% know.
Okay.
They announced their divorce in like early July 2017.
Okay.
So a couple months after it came out.
Okay. So we don't really know.
Yeah, there's an interview with Chad Gilbert right before it came out that I listened to where he was talking about it. So he heard it before it was released, I guess. I don't know. They were on like
She's
quote,
so mad.
quote unquote friendly terms around when it was coming out, but I think that it was pretty much like they were heading in that direction. I mean, he's gotta have a lot of like humility to listen to those songs and then not Not divorce her.
Good point.
Agree to divorce her.
Yeah.
That man has no dignity anyway, so.
Fuck.
Anyway, so I don't know.
Okay, and then the other thing is, earlier Emily had said, you were saying, like, husband. And then Shelby was like, no, so they got married, they got divorced, like, pretty quickly after they got married, right? They were together for a really long time, and then they got married, and then everything fell apart.
They were together for about 8 to 9 years before they got married. They got married in February 2016. They announced their divorce in summer 2017.
Yeah, so, like, just a little bit over a year. Yeah. Which, to me, makes a lot of sense, because I feel like a lot of times people take a step like that to try and fix something, and then it doesn't fix anything.
All right, so Told You So. Phenomenal.
Very good.
Amazing.
Forgiveness. Love it.
Love Forgiveness.
Love Forgiveness.
And I think that I didn't like it at first, but then I listened to the live version, and it's so good, and they always play it. It's either right before or right after I Caught Myself. And not always, but like in the first couple of tours after this album came out.
I Caught Myself?
Yeah.
One of the Twilight songs.
Oh, fuck, okay. And like, it's just so much emotion. And then she's like, and then she changes the bridge, and she's like, I came so close to believing, and it's so sad.
Oh,
I know, it's beautiful.
I like it. It's saying like, I can't give you the forgiveness that you want.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot have it.
Like watershed moment.
Yeah. And it's very like, I can't describe the musical stylings of it, but it's really nice. It has like a nice like beat.
Almost fun time. Almost soul, but like not really.
Yeah. Fake Happy is so good.
I love Fake Happy.
Fake Happy.
This was like before I listened to this album and we went to the concert before I realized that I had depression. And that song was very relatable to me.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
And I love how it calls everybody out.
Yeah.
I bet everybody here is Fake Happy.
You're all fucking faking it.
You big
But also,
fuckos!
it's like, I don't really know how much she believes that, but like,
I believe it.
Yeah, but also like, sometimes it reminds me of like the isolation of being depressed, where like you like, I'm so unhappy that I can't even believe that other people could possibly be happy.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe, but also like, maybe not. Maybe it's just reflecting like, just isolation. How you feel, and like loneliness. Such a good song.
Yes. Very good.
Music video is great too. Shot on film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by Zach.
Crazy. Yeah, that's a good video.
Uh-huh.
People are just like, what the fuck is going on with this chick?
Also, the glitter tears. Oh.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like that was filmed in Florida? Am I crazy? Was that filmed in Florida? Do we know?
New York City.
Oh, God.
Katie. That's like not the right way. The other way. Yeah, you did glitter tears for the concert.
I did.
I did. Fuck. What were those shapes from? Caught in the Middle. I did Caught in the Middle makeup. No.
Hard Times. The blue and yellow.
Oh fuck yeah. Hard Times. Sorry. Yeah, I did. It was a blue circle. No.
Yeah,
blue triangle.
Something like that. So one's a square and one's a circle, I think.
No, one's a triangle.
One's a triangle, one's a square.
Circle. One's a circle, one's a triangle.
It sounds like it's the PlayStation 2 controller buttons. Okay.
Doesn't matter. That's what I did.
Exactly.
26, I love and will always love to the end of my days. Makes me so happy. I mean, not really, but you know.
I should have like made a chart of all the Paramore songs that I want to get a tattoo based on. And this is one of them.
Hey, Shelly, you're 26.
Oh my God.
26.
I hope your 26 is better than her 26.
Yeah, but I hope to have the emotional honesty. The part of that song. It's so good.
Yeah.
It makes you cry.
Yeah. It is a really good song.
It took her like 2 years to get that emotional honesty about being about 26.
Yeah, ish. Well, ish. But I understand why you would skip it. If you're listening after, yeah.
It's kind of sad, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Also, that may be a personal problem that I need to work on. I'm supposed to be like processing my emotions instead of running away from them. It's very strange and weird, and I don't know why anyone would do that.
Bah! I ain't never heard of that.
I told you that.
You'll have to send me an article that I'll only read the title of and not the article.
Well, nobody really told me that. My therapist, like, allowed me to figure it out on my own, probably unintentionally.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how therapy works with her.
Oh, good. So, like, basically, you're on your own.
Yeah, essentially. I mean,
Love that for you.
you know.
Pool, I love. It was very surreal hearing Pool in concert, and like, because the visual effects were gorgeous. I skipped that song.
Yeah, I do too.
I know.
I don't know why.
I'm thinking about how many of these songs I think of the live version when I'm listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another one where she, like, does, like, a really cool belt thing in the live version she doesn't do in the recorded version. Anyway, it's really good.
Grudges, also love. Also skip.
Yeah.
I love Grudges. It's so
Grudges, too.
fun and like really, it's a really nice sentiment of like letting go of your grudges in order to like live in the present and like enjoy the things that you have that make you happy. But I skip it.
Well, I can, yeah. And specifically, like, that's about, like, finding friendship again of, like, someone who, like, you are falling out with and, like, realizing that it's not too late, which, like, that sounds really cool. I'm not gonna
Not
play it.
relatable
Theoretically.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
don't have any
like
friends.
Musically, I like it a lot.
Let alone friends that I once hated. I still hate those people.
I mean, if I've done the work to get you out of my life, I'm not letting you back in.
Unless you've done some fucking work on yourself there, bud.
Even then, I mean, I don't know. I have a really hard time giving people second chances. I mean, this is a personal fault. It's a personal fault, but like.
See, I have the privilege of never having to give people the option of having a second chance because nobody cares. Okay.
Well, let's break up and then I'll come back.
No, it sounds sad.
We're not sisters anymore.
We're in a fight now.
Caught in the middle. Love. It's so funky.
It's my spiritual song.
So good. The bridge is so good. Everything about it is so good. Put your dancing shoes on.
Remember when we were driving? I think we were driving home from the beach, and I had fallen asleep and listening to this album, and you said something about like when Emily dropped out of the bridge of Caught in the Middle, I knew she was asleep.
Another one of those emotions that's like really hard to like really pinpoint, but it's like being caught in the middle between like really wanting to do something but knowing that it's really bad for you, and like feeling like it's your destiny and like the only thing you've ever known how to do, but also it causes you so much pain. So good. I love it.
Yeah. Idol worship.
Great.
I love Idol worship.
How does that one go?
It's the more rocky song in
them.
the.
Usually.
It is really weird, and when I first heard it, I didn't like it very much.
She was like, "Excuse me, let me idolize you as much as I fucking want."
Exactly. But then I listened to it and I was like, she called out her ex-band member, her family, her parents, she's called out her other band members, she's called out music executives, she's called out her hometown, and her ex-husband at this point, and now it's our turn. And we deserve it! Drag us! And just, that's what I feel.
It's like a check. It's a check for the audience members. It's like, oh wait, shit, she's yelling at us.
Also, the way she performs it. The way she performs it is like that too. Like it's very like the whole time she's like performing for you, and then Idol worship she's like pissed at you. It's great.
It's the best. I love it.
So good.
You're just kind of singing along like, like one of Jenna Marbles' dogs. You're like,
watch your fucking
who's she talking to? Just like, I can't see you. I don't know what's happening.
It's not me.
Like, so look at your pal. You're like, she's talking to you. You gotta get fixed.
Great.
Okay, explain No Friend. Why is No Friend so great?
I love My Friend.
Yeah, I skipped that one.
At the concert. Sorry, I'm gonna go ahead. At the concert after Idol worship, which leads directly into No Friend. I think she just like fell on the floor and she just laid on the floor for like a good 2 minutes of the 3 minutes. She was just laying on the floor.
It's her time. She deserves a break. It's her time to have a break. No Friend is the only Paramore song that doesn't have Hayley Williams' vocals on it.
That's crazy.
At all.
She also did not write the lyrics.
There's lyrics?
Yes.
Got
Aaron Weiss is the lead singer of Me Without You, which is kind of like I don't even know how to describe them. Like punk, but like a little bit spoken word. They're songs that I've heard by them I love, but like I can't bring myself to listen to more of them. My ex really liked them, so that is part of it. But basically they're her favorite band, and so she went to them, to the lead singer, who like they have kind of a rapport, and she was like, "Will you write lyrics and sing on a song?" Like there were no requirements, just like, "Will you please do this for this album?" Because it was basically like an ego death moment where she was like, "I can't figure out if I'm Paramore, if Paramore's me. People have always said that it is, but I've always insisted that it's not, and I don't know how to like mesh those two realities." And so asking someone else to write and sing, which is what she's done. She also does keys too, but like, you know, it was just a moment where she was like, "I need to step away from this and see if it can exist without me." Anyway, so I think it's really cool for that reason. But he wrote the lyrics, and like what's really cool is that they're every line is a reference to Paramore. Like it's telling the story of Paramore and her experience, but it also literally has references to song titles and lyrics worked into the lyrics, which I think is really fucking cool. And I think it's really sweet because I don't know that Aaron Weiss necessarily listens to Paramore religiously, but it was really cool to me that like he as an artist listened to her discography. Like there's references to B-sides that they wrote when they were like 12 on there. And then and it's also just a song about like not wanting to fulfill a destiny that someone else wants you to fulfill for them, for their own sake. And I really related to it, and it's so good. And it's really underrated for that reason. Also, I love Aaron Weiss's vocals. His performance is really cool. He does like a spoken word thing. And the guitar is really fucking good. It's a little repetitive, but I really love that song, and I personally, for personal reasons, I relate to it.
Another misspelled band running their own houses. No, is that what it is?
Burning their own houses down.
Burning their own houses down. Yeah.
And it's also a moment where it's like, Haley tried to get away from it, but then he was like, "I'm just gonna write this song about how great you are, and how much you don't deserve all this fucking shit." Which is really nice, because she never gets that type of accolades, because her bandmates are too cool. They're too cool. Like, on their birthday, they're like, "Happy birthday." And on their birthday, she's like writing paragraphs about how great they are. Anyway.
Yeah, and on the lyrics for "No Friend" on the in the album thingy, it doesn't include the last few lines. One of which, the very last line, is the last line, I think, in the email that Haley sent to him, which was like, "If nothing comes of this, just know we are grateful." It's really cute.
We've broken her. Good, Shelby.
Stop patting my fat neck.
So that brings us to Tell Me How,
which I really love.
Which they did not perform. In our concert.
Well,
they have since performed it live once.
Wow.
The last Paramore concert that they did since then.
Thus far.
28. Yeah, it was 2018. It was September, I think.
Crazy.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Very emotional.
Yeah. I very occasionally skip it. Just because it's so much.
Yeah. It has, like, when I first heard it, I was like, why does this remind me of Beyonce? Like, does it not have, like, almost like an R&B sound to it? Just a teeny bit?
No.
Next time you're listening to it, just think about it.
Okay.
Let me know.
I've never experienced that personally, but I'll listen to it.
It is about you now.
Yeah, I can kind of see what you're saying, like Alicia Keys almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
A little bit.
But it's really good. I love it. Thanks for listening to me talk about Paramore, you guys.
Thanks.
That's like for today, but just also forever. Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's also serendipity because you're wearing a Paramore shirt. Well, a Haley Williams shirt.
Always. You want to hear about my first Paramore shirt?
Yeah.
It was like a lemon yellow.
Okay.
I got it at Hot Topic when I was 13. I think it was like my 13th birthday. And it was like, it had like a big old decal that covered like the whole front of it. And it was like a T-Rex and like a bunch of like weird like graphic designs. And I think it said Paramore at the top. It was like pink and green and white and black. And I wish I could find it. I could probably find it online. But it was just, I just loved it so much. I wore it like every day I could get, I could. And it
I
was
think
like
I remember it.
my first one, and I loved it so much. I felt so cool.
I definitely remember your sweater
Yeah.
that you still have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also remember your Paramore Christmas sweater that you had. It was
Yeah.
green, and it had, like...
Bandmates.
Yes.
Yeah, I still have that one too.
Who was Santa?
Probably Josh. I think it was Josh.
He of the massive ego.
Yeah.
Final thoughts on After Laughter. Just a powerhouse. Such a powerhouse. So different from anything they'd ever done before.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, raw, but in a great way. Real. Emotionally, like, vulnerable and honest.
Yeah.
Beautifully mixed.
Yeah.
It's different, but it doesn't feel washed out.
Yeah.
And by that I mean, I feel like this is a really great example of a band or group of people who have grown into music. Not that their early stuff was bad by any means at all. Just like they've grown as people individually, and they've grown as a band together. And it's clear that they have developed. And however, they're still passionate about the music that they're producing.
Yeah.
And that's not to say, like, I don't know what's going on in the minds of Brendan Urie or anyone in Fall Out Boy, but it just doesn't feel, their music doesn't feel as authentic or as, like, intentional or, like, developed, almost. Their newer music doesn't, as their older stuff or as Paramore has developed. That makes sense.
This album came to me at a time when I really needed it.
Oh.
God, I love it so much. I can't even finish talking about it. And through a series of events, I mean, I went to the concert as soon as I could. I don't think I went to the first couple of tours, even though they came to California, but I bought tickets in March 2018. I went to the concert, and through a series of events, it changed my life, and it made it way better.
Yeah.
And what more can you say?
Yeah.
We were going to talk about the beginning of the concert, like what happened before the concert.
Oh my god.
So there was like, we drove to LA the morning of, which is like a several hour drive. We got to the apartment that we were going to be staying at. We got all of our makeup on. We got in the car. It was like another 30
It was
minutes.
hot. There was no air in the apartment.
It was very hot.
What the fuck?
It was in Long Beach. They just don't have air
Oh my
conditioning.
god.
Yeah.
Do you think this is San Francisco?
It was July, so it was like 80.
Wasn't your friend, because the apartment we were staying at was Shelby's friend who wasn't there, but they had a roommate who was there.
Yeah.
So it was like, hey,
Bye, bye.
I don't know you. Got our makeup, got in the car. It was like a 30-minute drive-ish to the venue.
We got lost on the way.
We got lost on the way, but first we were starving. So we went to a Subway and ordered, like, sandwiches, which we hate Subway. We love sub sandwiches. We hate Subway specifically. And we were eating, and Shelby was really worried about getting there on time or early.
We had stamp seats, by the way.
Yeah, we weren't even on the floor. It's not like we needed to, like, get up close to the whatever. And we were eating our Subway sandwiches while driving on the freeway. Shelby was driving. I had to open her sandwich and hand it to her. And I was eating, and I had to, like, manage Shelby's sandwich, and she was driving, and Shelby hates driving. And
And it was LA.
And we were driving the white car, so it was a big old clunking, like, 2004 Explorer that we were worried
God.
might explode at some point.
We got lost on the way there, too.
On the way to the Long Beach apartment, we thought that a tire had popped.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we got lost on the way to the venue, but those sandwiches were the best damn sandwiches we had ever
Oh my
eaten in
God.
our whole fucking lives.
Oh my god.
Got to the venue.
And I hate Subway.
Yeah, we don't even like Subway. Got to the venue, realized you had to pay for parking, which made no sense.
Welcome to LA.
Paid to park
It was a huge slot.
at the venue. And then we got lost for which line we were supposed to be in, finally got in the correct line, and then we waited at least an hour
At least.
in line outside of the venue.
finally got in.
It was cool though. There was like we were just walking around in circles looking for the bathroom, and there's like people with like glitter tears and Paramore shirts, and I was like, my people.
Yeah.
It was great.
No, but that's okay. So we got in the outside of the venue after waiting in line, bought our shirts.
Oh yeah.
Bought our shirts. We both bought the same shirt in the same size, but not the same size. And then we were just walking around outside of the venue, and like, they wouldn't open the doors. There was no bathroom outside the venue, and they would not open the doors, and the concert would not start for another like hour and a half to 2 hours. So we just like waltzed around for 2 hours. They finally open the venue, and then we go in. They make us throw away our water bottles.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they made us throw away our water bottles. We go
I
in.
was like, bye. I'll trade you for Haley Williams any day.
Wait. Were they reusable?
No,
No.
It was plastic.
But still.
They might have either
They
way.
probably would have, made us put our water bottles back if they were reusable back in our car.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so we get into the building, we find our seats, and then we were like extremely thirsty because it's been several hours in the hot August sun.
And you don't have water.
July sun, and we don't have water, so we go to buy a water, and it's like $6, and it's literally just like a brand water bottle that they pour over ice and hand to us, and we're like, could I not have just, could I not have just had my water that you didn't let me drink it?
It was really funny.
And like, yeah, then we just sat in the stands, and like, there were like 5 or 6 rows in front of us that were like virtually empty. So we probably could have just moved forward and nobody would have said anything, but we didn't because we're virtuous people.
That's such a nice way of putting it.
And then there was like a band with a lady front, and they were fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then another band, and then what?
Foster the People.
Foster the People. They
Oh my
sucked.
god.
No, they're bad.
They sucked.
I can't believe that they're still around.
They were terrible.
Yes. I'm sure they were.
They were
They had
awful.
one fucking song. It was bad.
We were just sitting there looking at each other like, when is this gonna end? When is Paramore gonna come out? But otherwise, the concert was phenomenal. It was a religious experience.
It truly was. I didn't realize, like, until that concert. First of all, the first thought I had when she walked out was, like, she's a goddess. And I've been a fan of her for, like, 10 years, and I know, I just am observing for the first time that she's a goddess. But also, I didn't realize until I saw that show, and I've been to a couple concerts, like, the art that it takes to put it together a good show, and, like, how many choices they make. And, like, basically everything was, like, amazing. Like, the set list, the art, the performance, obviously, everything they said, the introductions that she did, like, the timing, they, like, set aside a time for, like, 3 acoustic songs and then came back. Like, everything about it was just, like, perfect. I was like, these people have lovingly crafted this performance for me.
Aww. Yeah.
It was so good.
It was amazing.
And then I came home and dumped my ex and went to therapy. And that's my life. Yeah?
Bitches!
Yeah.
And that's what this album has done. So yeah, it's like number 5 probably on the list.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
Number 5 on the list.
Alright, let's get started. Number 5. Self-titled.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. I was worried you were going
Poor
to
Katie,
contend
she's
with
like,
me.
yeah.
No, I mean, it's not one that I, like, super... Especially after having looked at it. Like, really look... I was like, oh yeah, I did own this, and I did listen to a few songs a lot, but nowhere near all of
There's
them.
too many songs, and
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
a
know
lot of
most
them.
of them.
Also, sometimes you listen to it and it's like, it is the thing, and then later you're like, oh yeah, that was the thing then.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily need to be my thing now. I don't know, so I've had that experience sometimes.
So, all we know is falling?
Oh my god, this is so hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Personally.
All we know is falling is number 4. So that leaves us with After Laughter, Brand New Eyes, and Riot.
Oh my god.
We're at the top 3 already? I'm not ready. I can't handle this.
Did you guys know that I had this going in? That I knew what this was for me already?
What, yours? No,
Yeah.
you didn't mention that.
Sorry.
So what, are we just supposed to guess? I
no,
mean, we could outvote her, technically.
That's true. Let me
She
think.
might be very upset.
Let me think.
I won't be upset. I won't be upset.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea.
You know what? For me, Riot is number 3. I like Brand New Eyes better.
Me too.
I know it's so close, but it's just the level of skill and then the amount of songs that I skip.
Riot is a really cool sophomore album. Like, it did what a sophomore album is supposed to do. And
It kicked ass as a sophomore album.
Yeah.
But
it's not Brand New Eyes.
yeah.
Simply is not. In my opinion. How do you feel?
I've been outvoted.
Oh my god.
So it doesn't really matter. I don't know that I disagree with either of you. I'm trying to weigh.
I didn't know you liked Riot that much.
The thing is that there are some songs on Riot that are forgettables for me, but the songs on Riot that I fucking love. Yeah. Like, I love Ms. Biz. I love When It Rains. I love When Let the Flames Begin. I love Fences. I love Going This Way. I love Crush Crush Crush. Like, I love like half the album, and I mean I love all of it, but like Brand New Eyes, I feel like it's also true that I really love those songs, but like I feel like there might be more forgettables on that album for me. Like going through Brand New Eyes, I was saying more on that one. I don't remember how this goes.
That is so weird.
I know.
We as a people just have different experiences. So strange.
How bizarre. How bizarre.
But I understand, like, I can see why, like, I don't know. Riot is like a fire album. Like, if they have elements, Riot is a fire album.
Which is my element.
Brand New Eyes is a very hard earth album.
Is it? I was gonna say Water. What's Water? What's the Water album?
Self-titled?
I was gonna say
And
After Laughter.
Oh, maybe After Laughter.
I was gonna say After
Yeah,
Laughter.
After Laughter's error.
Oh, okay. Alright. Whatever you guys say.
They don't need help. They sabotage themselves by themselves.
Is that also not a water trait?
Anyway.
No, we need help. We need help sabotaging ourselves. We don't do it on
We
our
need
own.
help.
I do it on my own. I have no air in my chart at all. Listen, bitch.
It doesn't matter. We don't need more things to fight about. I respect
We
your
always
opinion.
say one thing to fight about.
I respect your opinion, but I think you have been outvoted.
What do you mean you think? It's 2 against 2.
I'm
1.
just double checking.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very close. It's very close.
For me, oh fuck. After Laughter is the best.
Yeah.
Number 1.
I agree.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Which is crazy because I think I don't know, there may be more songs on After Laughter that I skip than Brand New Eyes. Because I know how shitty this sounds, but 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, it's probably pretty close. But the songs that I love on After Laughter, I really, really love.
When Brand New Eyes came out, I was like, I'm never gonna love an album more than this. And I was wrong. And my favorite band was the one who just proved me crazy.
Okay.
We've got it.
So we have our list for our top 3, the Holy Trinity.
That took way longer than I thought it was gonna take.
Woohoo!
What's our outro?
That's
Goodbye.
it. Everybody pick a song by a band. That's awesome.
Oh my god, yes! Yes.
Okay.
Oh, are we okay,
That
good.
might help.
Okay.
1, 2,
3.
When
I'm drinking champagne in the views in a church corridor and I can't help but to hear, well, I can't help but to hear my beautiful wedding says the bridesmaids to our lady. Let us sing, but is